Good morning, flower friends. It's Madonna from Eastside Flower Farm, Los Angeles, California, Zone 9. It's been a little minute since we've taken a little garden tour, so I figured this morning it's beautiful out. Sun's just popping up, so we will have a go at it. It is absolutely beautiful out here. Everything is really starting to bloom. So right quickly, I'm gonna turn you around. We're gonna start this tour. Let's do it. All right, so here we have the roses. This is all lined with roses. My verbena over here, the purple in this orange pot right here, is really starting to come into color. Here's some random alyssum that just sells seeds every year, and I leave it there because why not? There is my weeping cherry tree. It's got some blossoms on it. It's so beautiful. And here is the verbena. Look how pretty she looks this year. The butterflies have already been coming to it, and this is a strawberry tree in here, and it'll probably get way too big for this pot, but I don't think so. I think it'll be fine. If it gets too big, it'll be too tall, not too wide. So now we'll go back around this way, and I have to redo some water lines in here. I added a bunch of stuff, little babies back in here, all the way across. It's got just random stuff. These are gaillardias. And so I have to redo my water line for that. That pot's tipping a little bit. So here we have, okay, right here, I've added the lavender field. So those I need to run a water line to. And of course, it's nice now. It's been raining, all winter. And so we need to mow the fields. The weeds are taking over. The salvia always does great. I love it. Here's my Eden climbing rose. Buddleia. There's a little Jerusalem artichoke. I'm not gonna water it, put a water line on it this year. I don't know how much water it needs, but whoo, here's some weeds. We gotta mow this today. So here's my first perennial bed. Last time I showed you guys, there wasn't much going on here. These are all, it's a row of coneflower. Alstroemeria is in the center. And then, where's these little guys? And so there's coneflower, Alstroemeria is these guys right here in the center. Here is my Monardia bee balm, which I love, and it's all, I mulch, I use cedar mulch. And then these little guys, they never look like much. See these little sticks right here? That is my milkweed, all the way down, and they are starting to get flowers on them. Here's my feverfew, star of the show. I love just brushing up against it. It smells so good. Here's all my Rudbeckia. They're coming up quite nicely. And right here, I have 3 rows of yarrow. So I have 2 rows of summerberry, and then a row terracotta. Look at that. It is so beautiful. Now, I've had people confuse the terracotta with the paprika. The paprika is not a very good grower. The terracotta so far seems to be great. So, chore for today, mow. So this bed, this culvert, remember we do some of these in raised culverts. These are my Lisianthus. And they are, 4 months old, and they're still itty bitties. So right here, I saved this part for my second succession of gladiolas. I got miniature gladiolas this year. So we'll see how that goes. Here is more Lisianthus. This is the first year I've grown them in these culverts. Usually they're out in the field, but I'm trying it. And so here in this one is, I had a few extra feverfew, so I popped them in here. And these are all stock. Look at that. They're starting to come up. So hopefully it doesn't get too hot too quick. That these struggle. So these are one and done, and after this is all done, I'll put another succession of something. I'm not sure yet. Here is a bed of Ixia, and these little blades are starting to pop up, and I love those. Oh my gosh, if you guys haven't grown them, they're so easy. You should. So and then to right there, then this area right here is more miniature gladiolas. And so here, what my husband and I just did. So these huge culverts, we have my dahlia tubers in. And there is 27 dahlias per bed. So what we did just the other day, I absolutely cannot stand using plastic netting. It is such a pain to cut through, and you know, it needs to be really super tight. So what we had an idea, we had these stakes already, and that's how I just corralled them back and forth. I wrapped them to keep the dahlias in, but it didn't do very good. So we went and bought some hog panels. Check those out. He cut them to size. So he just had to make these little, screw these boards in the side for even, and then we zip tied them. So this is going to be my screen for the dahlias this year, and I think it's going to work out just wonderful. So we've already got some dahlias popping up, as you can see. So we're going to see how that goes. All right, so now we'll just keep walking. I took the week off of work so I can get all my planting and stuff done, and so far we've done really well. So I just, always chores though. So right here is a bunch of roses. These are my cutting roses. So I have roses, I have over 400 roses. I have lots in the yard, but these are specifically for cutting. So I'm gonna come back through here, and these ones so these ones I planted last year, and I have them mulched. And these ones, if you can see in here, I planted 25 more in here, so I need to come through and mulch and extend the water line because it ends right there. So I'll extend it and wrap it around all these. I think that's my plan today, is the water lines. So I will, like I said, this is mulched. This side will get mulched today. So you can actually find the difference between the roses and the grass. And then I had some thornless raspberry. That one looks like it's coming back. This one barely looks like it's coming back. Right here, this little guy right here, that's great flower filler. Oh, there's the plant right there. This one is doing really good. So I'm hoping I get these growing good. Last year was their first year. So here is our giant bamboo. And it's the coolest stuff ever. So giant bamboo is clumping. So it does not have runners and go for miles and miles and miles. And what they do is they throw up little babies right next to him. See, here's the baby. Well, these were babies and now they're tall. So they just throw up little spikes that you can dig them out. Well, they need weeded. So there's no more babies in there. So here is my roses. These are all my yard stuff, and so they are greening up, looking really nice. I have some irises that are getting ready to do their thing over here, and some more salvia. I tell you, if you want butterflies and hummingbirds, you need salvia. Here's some wisteria. You need salvia, lantana, lavender. All those things are great attractors to the pollinators. All right, so we're gonna go check out the greenhouse. So I have been harvesting. I started getting flowers, I think the end of February, and it's been just great in here. So remember, this was a carport shell that we ordered. My husband glassed it in. So, and it's been wonderful. We have anemones. My tulips are all pulled up. Here's some ranunculus, and they look really good. Another bed of anemones. So the freesia. What did we learn about the freesia this year? And some more anemones or ranunculus. So we didn't know whether we should keep this closed in or have plastic paneling on the top. We decided to close it in because this is for winter growing. It's all moisture in here. So these guys stretched completely because they, of course, went for the south window, and they got really stretchy. The ones over here on this end, they look really good, but these center guys, they just went to crazy town. So we have ordered panels. We're gonna take half the ceiling off right here, and we're gonna put clear panels so they can actually go straight up. And actually the freesia was the only thing I had a problem with because the rest looks fairly good. So I've been cutting the ranunculus. Like I said, this bed's empty now. So the glass house, as we call it, has worked out really well. So now we're gonna go take a quick tour of the flower garden. The cut flower garden. Here's my little path I made over the winter. Isn't that cool? Okay, so we're gonna hop over here to the cut flowers, and I have planted out all my zinnias, celosia, ageratum, pretty much everything but my cosmos and grasses I planted out yesterday because our nighttime temperatures have really come up, and let's hope they stay that way. So here is the cut flower field update. So Wally and I went through and staked these a few weeks ago. This is all my fall planted stuff. So this bed, there's a larkspur. This bed was pretty patchy. The first one, it didn't do too well. More Monarda bee balm, some Sweet William. It looks like I have some straw flower in there, some more Monarda. I have a few Crospedia. It was super, super patchy, and I don't know why, but it was. And then we have straw flower, which looks like it's doing really well. And actually I have another, there she is. I have another whole tray of straw flower I'm going to plant out. Looks like a little baby patch of Orlea. Oh, the snapdragons. Look, she's ready to be cut. She'll be coming off today. These are all my self-seeding bed that I did. This is all Echinops, this whole row right here. And of course I have to weed right here in between the rows. And that is the biggest pain. So, I'll weed right here. Here's a bunch of my ranunculus. I have 2 rows of ranunculus in here. And I have 2 beds in the glass house, 2 beds out here. And of course I was able to cut in the glass house way before out here. So, I decided I do not want to weed these all the time. So for my summer, I just put it all together. I didn't leave any breaks in between. So that should take care of the majority of the weeds. And then here is another bed of some randoms. It looks like I have some Sweet William, a couple straw flowers, and the rest of it. So this is all status. And then zinnias, marigolds, and I have some ageratum at the end. Some more zinnias. Oh no, nope, celosia. All the way down, a little bit of ageratum down here. And then, what is this? This is, I'm not sure. It's gomphrena. So then I have half gomphrena, and the other half is more ageratum down there, and basil in the center. So now we will come through and till up this area because I need more space. Here's my mums from last year. And we'll till up this space. So it got overlooked this year, but can you tell what I grew in here last year? There's a little ranunculus, and they're the white ones right there. Those are ranunculus. So that was, we need to finish that, but it's looking good. It's looking real good. And then over here I have my peony patch. And this is, I have another 20 over on the other side. I forgot to show you guys. But these 20 I just planted last year. So this is their second growing season. And look at this, mignonette. Is that the coolest thing? It is so tall this year. Look at those spikes. It's going to be great for a wedding I have coming up. And then I have kind of spotty in here, some Aquilegia or Columbine. And then just some random stuff. I think I'm going to take this out and redo it also. And then, okay, you guys, I love this Russian status. It's an annual, but look at those little spikes. They're kind of like a pinkish, a fuchsia pinkish purple. They're super cool, and they dry really well, really, really well. So I did a whole row of those. I have some Trachelium. This is perennials over here too, except for this. So I have a row of Trachelium, and I have Veronica Skylar Blue, row pink, and then I have some Solidago. I have the golden and the romantic, which is a light yellow here, darker yellow here, which is Solidago goldenrod. And then right here yesterday I just planted a bunch of Liatris all right here. So there's little Mama Steve coming along. She hears me out here. So that is my update on the farm, and it is coming along quite nicely. I have 5 more days off of work. I have been sick the whole time, but I've been out here pushing it anyway. A little nature will make everybody feel good. Best medication ever. So here's what, just like I said, we have a little bit more work to do, but everything is planted. I was able to get the water lines in. And so now we just wait for it to grow. With the mums, I've already cut them back, but I keep pruning them till about the 1st of July, and then I'll let them go. You can tell that bed's wonky. It's like crooked compared to these ones. It's a little not right, but once I get this tilled and get that looking like the rest, it'll be better. So here is what we're looking at for today. I'm excited to get the rest going, and you guys have a nice day, and we'll do an update later. Thanks. Bye-bye.